Hello, welcome to Covering Sports with Prince, and I want to speak about Abdullah Mason. What's next for Abdullah Mason after his win over Sam Knox in the 12-round bout on the 22nd of November, rehatch season under the Benavides and Yard card? On the night, Abdullah Mason became the youngest champion in boxing history, capturing the WBO championship in the lightweight division. So now he's done that. What route should he go? What's next? Well, if I'm a promoter or if I'm his coach, I'm advising him to do a rematch with Sam Knox, making that his first defense since being WBO champion in England. Reasons for me saying that is because the first fight was an exciting fight, electrifying fight. People's going to want to see that fight again. And Abdullah Mason gained a lot of fans from that also. And it's definitely a fight that the people would want to see. So an American going to England with the England fan base is definitely going to make for a mega fight due to what happened on the 22nd of November. I think that fight shocked a lot of people, more exciting than a lot of people anticipated. So a lot of people would definitely tune in to a rematch, and I know I will. So if he does face Sam Knox, which I would, is nothing better than going to England, growing his fan base, becoming that superstar or that future superstar, gaining more experience, a lot. There's no other route I would go with Abdullah Mason in this current time. And what's crazy is Abdullah Mason is in a predicament right now because he's in a lightweight division, and the champions in that lightweight division, Abdullah Mason is not ready for at all. You know, you have Gervonta Davis, WBA champion, and there's no way I feel Abdullah Mason beats Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis' calculation, his IQ, his timing of his punches, you will definitely catch Abdullah Mason. Whether it's round 1 or whether it's round 12, he's going to catch him eventually and you will knock him out. Then again, it depends on the fighting style and the tactics that Abdullah Mason comes out with that fight. If he tries to work behind the jab, he has a fighter's chance, but that's about it. But there's no way he beats Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is just too calculating the shot placement, his patience, his IQ and downloaded information as the round progress. He would eventually win by stoppage. And there's no way Abdullah Mason can go in the pocket with Gervonta Davis and not get knocked out. Now another champion in the lightweight division is Raymond Muratalla. I feel Raymond Muratalla is just too powerful to fight a young Abdullah Mason. No, Raymond is a knockout artist. He has 23 fights, 17 knockouts, 72-inch reach comparing to Abdullah Mason's 74-inch reach. However, Abdullah Mason, I don't believe he's going to be able to deal with the power and deal with how Raymond comes forward and how he's going to impose himself onto Abdullah, and in doing that, he's going to get chances to lay in with his punches. And if Raymond, or when Raymond hits him, I don't feel like Abdullah's going to be able to take that power. Now, moving on to the third and last champion at the lightweight division, Shakur Stevenson, current WBC champion in the lightweight division, best defensive fighter in boxing, if you ask me, and ring general IQs off the charts, boxing ability off the charts, and that's also a mismatch for Abdullah Mason for me, in my eyes. Reasons being, Abdullah Mason has a greater reach, but Shakur Stevenson, he's so great defensively, he can control the pace of the fight. You just put a clinical on Abdullah Mason, and truly wouldn't be surprised if he knocks Abdullah Mason out. People say Shakur has pillow hands, can't do much. But in this case, I do believe that he would do one over Abdullah Mason by knockout. So for me, Abdullah Mason, these fights for him at the lightweight division right now is too early for him, and he doesn't have enough experience and enough power to deal with these type of opponents. And I really don't feel that Shakur's going to be at the lightweight division any longer with a possible matchup with Tiafimo in the super lightweight division, because it doesn't seem that he's going to be fighting Gervonta Davis anytime soon. So if he does move up to super lightweight, which I do believe he will in the next couple months, that's going to then leave the WBC belt vacant, and then maybe Abdullah Mason can fight someone else in that slot for that championship. But as said, Abdullah Mason should take the rematch with Sam Noakes, making his first title defense in England, and win in greater fashion, which is nothing less than a knockout. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Covering Sports with Prince.